Hello people and welcome back to my vlog. This is video number 96. Only 4 more to go after this till we hit 100. Ay 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 bang bang. Excuse me while I finish my coffee. Um, Today has been a long day. It is Sunday, and it has been a long day because last night was a very, very long night. So yesterday at the gym, I pulled a muscle back here, my trap. It's still giving me trouble now, but not as bad as it was. I can at least rotate my head like so and like so, but not as much as usual. Yeah, so I've pulled a muscle in my neck many times before. This definitely wasn't the first time, but it's the first time that I've experienced it this fucking bad. So bad, in fact, that when I was falling asleep, every time I was just nodding off, and my head would, if you're imagine yourself lying on your pillow on your back, head's facing up, and you start nodding off, and your head maybe falls to one side or the other. Every time that happened, I got this shooting pain from my shoulder all the way up to the back of my head, and it woke me up. And that was the case right up until probably 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I decided I need to do something. I was in no fit state of mind to even think about finding some painkillers and necking them or whatever. I just knew that I had to sleep in a position where my head was suitably wedged in position so that it wouldn't fall. So what I did was I came downstairs, made myself comfy on the sofa, where I essentially wedged my shoulder, the good shoulder, in between the back and armrest of the sofa, and my head was lying kind of on the back of the armrest with pillows either side to stop my head falling. And I managed to get a good 4 hours or so sleep doing that. And then, yeah, like I said, it was a long night. I have realised today as well, I've really been slacking on. Oh, pardon me. That coffee's coming back to haunt me. I realised today that I've really been slacking on this whole personal development journey. Oh, now I've got hiccups. That's it. I've not really done any like proper journaling or anything like that for about 3 days. I haven't done any I haven't recited any affirmations for about 4 days. I haven't done any meditation for about a week, and the last 4 days as well, my reading has been slowing. So and I think I can recognize why this is happening, because so I've been doing this now for, well, just over 3 months, and in some aspects I'm not seeing results, I'm not seeing improvements as much as I thought I might. But at the same time, I have to constantly remind myself it's only been 3 months. What do you expect to happen in that time? And I know that I haven't been actively taking action steps to actually go after my goals. Not all of them anyway. A few small ones I have. Yeah, I've done a few things here and there, and a few things I have achieved. But there is probably more that I've been wanting to do that I haven't been doing. So I think I really need to, kick it up a notch. Turn the volume up to 11, as it were, because if I carry on slacking like this, I'm not going to be making any good progress anytime soon at all, and that's no good, because then what's any of it for anyway, So, yeah, one of the books I started reading a couple of days ago gets me a bit more back on track with the business side of things. I'm still reading Fiona Harold's book. Like I said before, that it's such a slow reading book because there are so many exercises. I've just been reading some of it now. I skipped over 2 exercises because I just want to get on and read. I just want to get some more of the concept points in. So I've kind of made a mental note to myself. Once I've read through all of it once, I'm going to go back through and basically note down all of the exercises, all of the pages where there's an exercise in the book, and do them all in one shot essentially, and have them all in like a folder or one book, or do them on a computer or whatever, so everything's there together, because that will then serve as a reference point for the goals I'm trying to work for, and just everything that I'm trying to establish and do at this stage or this phase in my life, so to speak. So, yeah, I suppose the one good thing is that I am at least recognizing that I'm doing something wrong, that I'm on a path to, potential failure before failing. So, yeah, I guess I'm just having a bit of a rant at myself, really, for being a lazy shit. That and getting injured and not being able to sleep properly, and that really does take its toll. One other thing in relation to the lack of sleep and stuff. So there have been a few nights where I've been absolutely fine with only sleeping, say, 5 or 6 hours a night, and then waking up at 5 o'clock and doing everything brilliantly. But then when you do that 3 or 4 nights in a row, it gets to the point where, life throws a little bit of a curveball at you, and you can't go to bed quite as early as you want to. Now, I know in Hal Elrod's book, he goes on about, he mentions the whole thing of like intentioning your waking up, as in telling yourself you have something to look forward to wake up in the next morning, as in, you build some excitement before you go to bed. I'm explaining this terribly. If you read the book, it makes a lot more sense. But there have been a few times where I've tried what he says, and I find myself oversleeping by 2 hours. And then I'll do that for, say, a couple of nights where I'm just finding like a need for sleep. and then I'll go back to getting up early and doing things as it should be. So I think the whole getting up early every single day to do, the miracle morning practices, that sometimes feels a bit arbitrary. It doesn't feel like it fits with life, unless the only time it seems to fit nicely is if you can get to bed on time, in good time. So as you can see, it's 5 to 11 p.m. Provided I get to bed shortly, I should be okay getting up between 5 and 6 tomorrow. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't sleep much last night, so we'll see how tonight goes. I've still got a slight pain in the neck. I don't know what tonight's going to bring, but I do have every intention of making tomorrow morning somewhat more successful, better, and exciting than the last 4 mornings have been. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I feel myself going on forever talking about seemingly nothing if I don't stop now. So, yeah. Anyway, this has been video 96. 4 more days to 100, and yeah, I have a few plans for changing it up after 100, because I think 100 days vlogged is a nice little milestone I can park, and I think the whole vlogging every day might not be the key, because there are, as I've noticed, and if you've watched all of them or any of them, you'll probably have noticed as well, there have been a few where they are essentially a waste of time, and that's not good, because we don't want to waste time. We want to make the most of the time that we have. So I will see you tomorrow.